Welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution!
Yeah, motherfucking 2 cell phones on my side. Trump is president tonight. Donald motherfucking Trump is president of the United States of America. Say it with me. Say it with me. Some say it was raining when he put his hand on the Bible at noon today. I say it was liberal tears falling down from the sky today. Boy, there was a lot of fucking a lot of tears, a lot of crying, a lot of screaming today. Literally, by the way, literally, and rioting. I'll throw rioting on top of that.
I know.
Whoever was the geniuses, the white geniuses who decided to say, hey, we've had enough of our own white guilt and white privilege. You know what we're going to do? We're going to fucking smash the Starbucks. We'll show them. We'll show Howard Schultz. We'll fucking smash this Starbucks to pieces. And what I love is he just stepped down. The rumor is he stepped down because he was so angry at Trump running for president that he is considering making a run in 2020. This is the CEO of Starbucks.
Yeah.
So
I've
today,
heard this, yeah.
His finest customers, his most valued, loyal customers who pray to fucking Allah Howard, smashed up the Starbucks today and said,
Do you think they were
we're
really...
ashamed. We're fucking done with this. We're done with this white guilt and fucking drinking $6 coffees. Let's smash the Starbucks.
Are you sure they were customers or were they Dunkin' Donuts? Like more of a Dunkin' Donut crowd?
Who knows? Who knows?
You know what I mean?
I don't know who they were funded by, I should say.
Sure.
It's not funded for, by.
Mm-hmm.
George Soros is funding a lot of these motherfuckers. And they caught him on Craigslist camping, where they were camping for the riots to get ready for the last 2 or 3 days. They sent police out. They put sandbags down in the streets so nobody could drive through, like Paris or like Germany today.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking crazy. It was absolutely fucking crazy. But the one spot that they didn't protect, that the police, the military, the Secret Service, the CIA didn't protect, was the fucking Starbucks.
It's supposed to be a safe place.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a safe space.
Yeah, safe space.
Yeah, wow.
Grab your
Wow.
safety pin. Go get a coffee. Go get it. We don't need to protect the Starbucks. No one will ever riot that.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Grab me a mocha.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got rioted today, folks. Boy, I can't wait to dive into this. Face forward like Katie Ledecky. We're going to set some fucking records today is what we're going to do.
Touch the wall.
Yeah, touch the wall. And that voice you're hearing, that lovely angelic voice, is Jesse Wiseman.
Hi,
The producer, sidekick extraordinaire, the podcast extraordinaire, a lot of people call her.
Yeah, I wish.
Well, look, a lot of people out in the streets are saying that.
I have heard a lot of buzz about that.
A lot of hubbub.
I'm just very humble.
A lot of hubbub.
Just very humble.
Yeah. And that's good.
Yeah.
You know, one of us has to be.
I know. What is...
We goddamn know for sure it's not me.
Right.
We know that for a fact.
Right. But you're not even wondering how it is. You're
No.
just like,
Nope.
Have fun with that humble shit. See how fucking far it gets you, right?
Yeah. I don't know anybody who's super humble and you know.
And it's successful. I understand.
Not,
I understand.
Like not one.
No, I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Believe me.
Like there's toys that I look at of my child of like a giraffe and I'm like, oh my God, look at him playing with that. That is the most peaceful toy in the world. That's amazing. You know that guy who built the fucking giraffe toy is a cocksucker at home. Cocksucker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Probably he's probably over in China making those giraffes. You know what I'm saying? You know the rules, Jables. We got a few sponsors who pay for this beautiful love-making ship to set sail across the ocean sea. First up, we got StrikeForceEnergy.com.
One of the faves.
Yeah. God damn it. I love Strikeforce Energy. A lot of people ask me, Ross, how are you so fucking amped up all goddamn day long like this? How do you have so much energy? It's not because I'm 26. I'm a couple summers older. That's about it. But it's because I use StrikeForceEnergy.com. It is the tastiest, tiniest little tin pouch full of energy that you rip the pouch. It goes in every single liquid you could possibly imagine. It goes in Kool-Aid. It goes in water. It goes in sodas.
Goes
teas,
in
wine, liquors, beers. I love it in fucking Miller Lite. It goes in anything you could possibly imagine, and it'll keep you going past the 5 hours. That 5 hour energy shit tastes like garbage. It tastes like drinking hot fucking garbage that's been sitting in the middle of Baltimore on a 4th of July day. Strikeforce Energy doesn't taste like that. You got to kick the can. That's the slogan, kids. Kick the can. They ship everywhere in the entire world. You get 20% off by entering the promo code REVOLUTION. That's 20% off for using the promo code REVOLUTION. They ship anywhere in the entire world. They have a subscription to the month club, which I have, obviously, and I love. And last but not least, they got a bottle that pumps out 100 squirts of that shit. You can just put it right on your bar. Right on your barkeep.
And we do.
Yeah. Big fan of StrikeForceEnergy.com. Next up, man. I've been waiting to say his name for a long time. Notice how I said it in a St. James Street James voice?
I did.
Because I've been waiting to say his name for a long time.
Okay.
I'm talking about none other than one of the stars of Helen Keller versus Nightwolves. I'm talking about Van Sant Law. It's time to drop the hammer of justice. Big fan of Van Sant Law. He's arguably the finest personal injury lawyer in the entire United States of America. The guy's the best at what he does, best in the biz, one of the finest lawyers we have, and a fucking upstanding citizen. If you've been in a personal injury or a car accident, if you got a personal injury at work, you're looking for workman's comp, you've been in a car accident, any type of wrongful death, Van Sant Law is the guy you need to call. Call 1-855-GA-INJURY. Yeah, that's 1-855-GA-INJURY. INJURY. Another number that you can throw out there is 404-991-5950. That's 404-991-5950. Look, kids, if you've been hurt on the job, if your boss is treating you like shit, you don't like what's going on in the workplace, you're hurt, you got carpal tunnel, somebody's slapping you around, sexually assaulting you, or you've been in some type of car accident, Van Sant Law, look, him and his personal injury lawyers, they'll take care of you. They'll hook your shit up. And look, just some of a few recent results. They got a $3.25 million case, trip and fall. Boom, $3.25 million. Truck accident, $3 million. Medical negligence, $2.5 million. $2.3 million semi-truck accident. $2.3 million neck injury. $1.6 million wrongful death suit. These guys do not fuck around. They are the Johnny Cochran. David Van Sant is the Johnny Cochran of personal injury lawyers. Huge fan. He's worked with my family and some of my friends for years. Love him. 1-855-GA-INJURY. That is the number to call. Figure it the fuck out, kids, and get on the Van Sant Law train. Next up, Billy. Billy. You fucking know with absolute certainty how much I love Carnivore Club.
I mean,
CarnivoreClub.com is my fucking jam.
Hell yeah.
Kids, what it is it's a meats in it's a meats in a box of the month club. It's the finest meats delivered to you in a box once a month, right to your doorstep, rain or shine, or hurricane.
Hurricane or shine.
It made it through Hurricane Matthew
true.
to me. Everything in the world shut down in Wilmington, including the grocery stores, by the way. And that is no lie. They shut down the fucking grocery stores.
Carnivore Club.
They put the metal.
Boom.
They put those metal.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to call them fences.
Barricades,
Yeah, there's barricades over the doors of the grocery store. Like people are gonna start fucking rioting. It's like we live in Wilmington. Nobody's rioting over anything. But there was a slam against my door. And what is it? I open up the door. There's a box of Carnivore Club.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And it was delivered on a Saturday by the USPS, man, the United States Postal.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God. I had no power on, no nothing. I'm with my 2-year-old son.
But you just opened up that cured meat and just took
and we
you
went
a
to town.
bite. Yeah.
What it is, in all honesty, it is the finest cured meats from all over the world. They look for these fucking meats and then they buy them and then they put them up in this box, and the box is like super nice. Where you're just like, oh shit, like you feel bad like throwing it away. Like
I've been keeping them.
I know they're nice. They're nice boxes. And it's spicy breadable pork. They've got salami,
truffle salami.
Oh
like
shit, yeah.
all different kinds. Cajun.
Yeah. Yep.
They start to, I'm sure, tailor it towards you, but I mean,
the best. It's one of the best.
A
If
brick
you don't know
of
what to get
bacon.
for a bro or
Yeah.
like another dude, you got to go to carnivoreclub.co. That's carnivoreclub.co. They're a co. They're a .co. Type in the promo code REVOLUTION. You get 20% off your first order. Your first order, you get 20% off. Big fan. It is a meat of the month club. Next up, we've got arguably my favorite beer in the entire world. I'm talking about Wilmington Brew Company.
what?
Yeah, Wilmington Brew Company.
Love them.
Local fave. Wilmington Brew Company makes I'm just going to say it's the finest beer in the United States. It is. I've literally had beer every single place in the United States. Wilmington Brew Company is my fucking jam. It's my
Every
fucking jam.
time we have someone come from wherever
Yes.
in the U.S. or the world, they're like, we take them there.
We always take them
And
to
they're
Wilmington
like,
Brew Company.
holy shit,
Yeah.
this is the real deal.
Yeah, Wilmington Brewery is the shit. Look, right now they're strictly North Carolina based, but that is changing rapidly. They started off with a small store. They got bigger, got a little bigger shop. Now they are on tap at I want to say 187 restaurants in Wilmington. 80 in Wilmington, 187 in the rest of the state of North Carolina. They're almost they're in almost every single restaurant now in North Carolina. Ask for Wilmington, the Wilmington Brew Company. Tell them you want that Wilmington Brewery in your fucking mouth. I recommend Tropical Lightning. Recommend the Raspberry Saison. And this Sneaky Goose is a fucking
You gotta
fave.
do the sneaky
It's a fave.
goose, dude.
It's a fave. And if you come to Wilmington, North Carolina, stop in, tell them Ross Patterson sent you, and enjoy it, folks. It's as good as it gets. Last but not least, we've got the finest piece of literature ever written in the United States. I'm talking better than the Constitution. I'm talking better than the Bill of Rights. I'm talking better than the Magna Carta. I'm talking about At Night She Cries While He Rides His Steed, the first ever romance novel for dudes. Jables, can I get a horse noise? Yeah, there we go.
Yep, best in the biz.
At Night She Cries While He Rides His Steed, first ever romance novel for dudes, written by the genius, the man among men, Ross Patterson. It's available in bookstores everywhere, Amazon.com, Walmart.com, every .com you can imagine, Barnes & Noble, the whole shit. Funniest book you'll ever read. If you love my films, kids, you'll love the book even more because they let me go wilder, if that's even possible. So enjoy it. Enjoy it. Oh, boy. Huge fan. Huge fucking fan. Look, and it's only appropriate. Trump got that fucking air conditioning company, Carrier, from Indiana not to move to Mexico. So that way we don't have to use a huge fan. You know? All American made.
Wow.
For America, by America, made by America. Man, look, there was a record-breaking number of people today who watched the inauguration of Mr. Donald John Trump today. Me being one of them. Stop my work. Stop what I was doing. That never
Sure.
happens. You know me.
Oh, yeah.
It would take a fucking night train of terror to pull me away from the keyboard or from work. This was one of those rare moments in history where I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna watch this. I want to see what happens because I had preconceived notions going in about what I thought was going to happen with this inauguration, and it turns out I was wrong. I'm a big man. I'm a big man. I can admit when I'm wrong, but it's not very often. But as this big man who's trying on some big man jeans, I can say, oh my God, these jeans don't fit. I took the wrong jeans today. And with that Trump speech, I was wrong. What I was full-heartedly expecting, and keep in mind, like I'm not going to fucking shy away in the corner and say, oh, I'm not going to tell you who I voted for. I'm not going to fucking tell you who I did. I'm not going to tell you who I voted for. I voted for Trump. I did. With 100% conviction, if good shit happens, great. I want to be rewarded for that because I voted for him. If bad shit happens, you can pull your pants down and take a shit on me. Because guess what? I voted for Trump. But I'm telling you what I did and why I did it. And that way we'll see what happens in the future, and then you can come back and blame me later. But today, as much conviction and belief as I had in Trump during the campaign, which if you listen to my other show, Drinking Bros, which was a lot for a year. And I called that he was going to win for a year. Fuck, I even called every swing state except for one that he was going to win. With all of that belief combined, I still thought today, after he took oath, with Obama there, with Bush there, with the Clintons there, with Jimmy Carter there, and a fucking million people in the Washington Mall, he would get up and give a speech that was tame, that was humble, as we like to say towards the top of the show, that would be gracious to his opponent. That's, he beat obviously because she was there. Hillary was there. And I would have been, me personally, because I voted for him. This is not what I voted for. I would have been disappointed if that's what he did. But I thought that stage was too big since the entire world was watching, and all the presidents and all the people that he was up against during the primaries and everything else, that he would have said, you know what, I'm going to take it easy today. I'm gonna fight, but with kid gloves on. Guess who didn't put the kid gloves on today? Donald John Trump. He shook everybody's hand, was polite about it as he was coming down the aisle, and I was like, oh shit, he's gonna go for the pussy speech.
Right.
He's gonna go for the pussy speech. And then he didn't. He got the mic and he went off like it was his second day in the fucking primary, and he said, here's what's wrong with our country. Here's what's wrong with all the elected officials. Here's what's wrong with Washington, D.C. as a whole. Fuck this, and fuck this. And here's how I'm going to change it. And the look of shock and awe on people's faces today, including my own, I was like, oh shit, this is why we voted for that motherfucker. I mean, people were cheering and going nuts, and I was like, oh, all right, cool. Like, because there was a big part of me that thought, all right, we vote him in, and then he's going to switch.
Right.
He'll lie down and become a politician. He'll give a super political speech.
Was he rude
super
to Hillary?
Safe. He wasn't. He was,
speech?
and that was the thing about it. He wasn't
Did he
rude.
say anything nice or anything?
He didn't say anything about any of them.
Okay.
And that's the difference. So he didn't say anything about Obama. He didn't say anything about Hillary. He didn't say anything about the campaign, which is normal, by the way. Dating back, the most hotly contested campaign before this one was Bush versus Gore.
Yeah, but he did say something.
Right,
like,
and Bush did. And
Yeah.
he got up there and he said, hey, as much as this was contested and blah, blah, blah,
yeah.
we're gentlemen. We can get
Yeah,
over
and
this
it was
or whatever.
a great fight. And
Him?
yeah.
Today, he skipped over it. So he didn't even acknowledge that there was a campaign. He just acknowledged, hey, you guys voted me in. And he said the word we every fucking time. That was the biggest difference I noticed today. Where Obama's speeches, he said the word I 187 times.
Yeah.
This speech, all he said was we. He didn't talk about the campaign. Didn't talk about Obama.
The nastiness.
No. Just left it alone and only talked about the issues facing this country and what he was going to do. And I purposely put it on CNN today to watch it, even though CNN's is fucking left as a goddamn NASCAR race.
What?
It's just a series of lefts, Japes.
Oh, okay.
A series of fucking lefts and that goddamn thing. Even though CNN is as left as they go, I wanted to see them, the entire panel of all those guys, just eat their own words today. Not say anything and be forced to watch this go down, and then chime in comments afterwards. And after it was done today, CNN was like, there was the first guy who spoke, and I forget who it was like, this was the most radical speech I've ever heard in presidential history.
And this was on CNN.
It was on CNN.
Mm-hmm.
And he might have been saying it in a negative way.
Right.
I took it in a positive way,
Mm-hmm.
where it was like, great. It wasn't a boring speech. It wasn't an out of control speech. It wasn't a fucking Donald Trump going off the fucking rails or off of the teleprompter. It was just a solid, thoughtful, radical speech of here's what's wrong and here's how I'm going to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, whether he's going to do that or not is another story. But today's speech was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. But it reminded me of why I voted for him. I was like, oh, shit. All right. Cool.
And it's what you wanted him to do.
Yeah. But I didn't think he would do it.
Mm-hmm.
Not in a million years did I think he would give that speech today. And I was like, oh, shit. And it was very brief. He did not drag it out. He didn't take, because I thought when he won the Republican primary, his speech was too long. I think he went in about 1:20, an hour and 20, an hour and 10, somewhere in there. Yeah. And it was a long speech. And he hammered home a different point, like a bunch of points. Today, it seemed like he was late for work. Like he was just like, dude, let's just get this bullshit over with. Like, I feel like I'm late to work. I'm going to keep this as short, as sweet and possible. We'll get the fuck out of there. He was cordial to them before, all the presidents, before and after. Very friendly. It looked like he was laughing and joking with him before. And, but he wasn't in that speech. And then, he helped Obama get on the plane and that was it. And he was off. Right. And you were like, oh shit, where the fuck is he going? And all of a sudden, by the time Obama got to his hangar to say his goodbye speech, Trump was already signing fucking executive orders. And you were like...
And you said you didn't know if that's like on purpose or did
I don't know.
Yeah.
Was he in a hurry? Because the other thing I saw that usually there is 8 inaugural balls throughout the evening and you go up and down Washington and all the shit and you go to all these places. I know Trump canceled a bunch of them because he looked at the budget and he was like, this is too expensive.
I love that.
Why the fuck are we going to 8 parties? Let's not go to 8 parties. Who do we have to meet?
Yeah.
So he pared it down and was like, great, let's go to 3. We'll be 1 for the fucking politicians, 1 for the family, 1 for the donors, and we're out of here. Like, we're good to go.
The show.
Yeah, we're good to go. And so it's not like he was, racing to go party. He didn't drink. He didn't do drugs. He didn't do shit.
No,
so
we had the inside track on that.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
Drinks Diet Coke.
Yeah.
I think that's,
Eats fast food.
Diet Coke, fast food.
Yeah.
But not that much of it. Just a little bit of fuel to keep him. He likes a state of ketosis.
Yeah. To keep himself going.
Yeah.
And can't be bothered with this stupid shit.
Yeah.
Which I kind of love.
Yeah.
Again, I want to preface this to the audience. I don't know what kind of president he's going to be.
Yeah.
All you can do every 4 years, you got 2 people to vote for, essentially. Try to put your faith in the best one. I don't give a fuck if you voted for Hillary. I don't care. Like, you tried to vote for the best person. Whoever gets up and actually makes it in the office, let's support him, whoever it is.
Yeah, I have to ask, because I've never been really political or super into politics. I'm not sure if you have forever or what, but has it ever been like this much like wanting the president to fail, or this much opposition, or this much like, I know there's some, if if your candidate doesn't win, fine, but has there ever been this much? Like,
I can't remember it in my lifetime.
I can't remember it either, and I just don't know.
And there has been upsets in history. So like, no, granted, Trump is the biggest upset of all time. So
I remember Al Gore and Bush. That's like more in my like,
right,
where it was like, holy shit.
And and my first like real remembering election was Clinton in 94.
Right.
I'm sorry, 92. Clinton in 92 against Bush. And I remember like, and even then I was still a little young to kind of understand what the fuck was going on. But when Clinton won, Bush was coming off of the Iraq War and that surrender that happened really quickly. It was like 92 days or something like that.
Right.
Clinton came out of nowhere. No one had ever heard of him and won. And it was just like, oh my God. He had a lot of energy, cool.
Right.
It was kind of like a white early Obama. When he was just like, oh shit, all right, this guy
and he
seems
was
cool.
running against a legacy of
Sure,
Bush.
absolutely.
So it's like they're like, what?
Absolutely.
Hello.
And he won. It's considered a big upset at the time. And again, to prove to the audience that like Democrat or Republican doesn't really matter. Like I thought Clinton was a great president when he was in. I don't really give a fuck that he got his dick sucked and all the other shit that happened with the cigar.
Yeah.
And the impeachment. Like
I
for
don't
those,
really care either.
Yeah, I don't either. And like, but for those 8 years he was there, country was fine. Stock market was fine. Shit was all right. Like I can't look back at that period of time and say, oh man, shit was really fucked up, or And I thought Tom Brokaw did an interesting piece today on NBC before all of this started today. When you look back on all the presidents, and he goes,
that was cool.
It's great.
Yeah.
And he looked back at all of them, and he goes, it's not what you remember on the day or at the time. He goes, it's later on in history. And he goes, you won't know it for a while. And he was, he talked about JFK, and he was just like, everybody's like, today is like, oh my God, JFK was a savior, a hero. And it was like, he got us into a stupid war over the Bay of Pig thing and almost got us into a fucking nuclear contest with Cuba that more than likely led to his assassination, because let's face it, it probably was our government. You know what I'm saying? But he's hailed as a hero years later, where at the time people were like, who the fuck is this guy? Then you had LBJ after that, who, just kept thrusting us into Vietnam. He seemed all right at the time, and then it was just like, all right, I'm not going to run. And then it was Nixon. And then Nixon was like, all right, cool, I'm going to get us out of Vietnam. What's Nixon going to do? Watergate. Yeah. And then you had fucking Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter gets in there. Everybody hates Jimmy Carter and like, get this motherfucker out of there. Then the 80s roll around, and it's Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan's a fucking actor. Same as Donald Trump. He gets in there. Not only does great, then gets reelected. So he's in there for 8 years.
Were people pissed about Reagan initially?
I don't know. I was barely born.
I feel like what I'm hearing is that initially people were just like, what the hell?
Everything I've read.
Slowly,
everything I've read said, hey, initially, like, why the fuck? We've got an actor in here. What the fuck? What is our country turned into?
And then people loved him.
Yeah, people loved him. But again, you won't know this until 15 years later. We've had this conversation before. Like any president in the history of our fucking country, you're not going to know their presidency and how great they are and what their legacy is going to be for at least 15 years. Even Obama. Like, I'm not a big fan of Obama or his policies. But I thought he tried and he did the best he could. And he did what he believed in, and he won. So fucking A, he's got the right to do all of that shit. Whether or not he's going to be a great president like everybody is hailing him now is not going to be determined for another 15 years. So to judge anyone right now, we're not truly going to fucking know.
Yeah. So even with Obama, you're saying you're not going to know.
Not going to know.
Never know.
Not going to know.
What if we're going to really be saying like, oh shit.
100%. That's why I would never come out and say, like the rest of these dipshits on Twitter and Facebook or whatever, Obama's the worst president we've had of all time in the history of politics. You won't know.
Yeah.
You will not know that answer for 15 to 20 years down the road.
And conversely, saying he's the best.
Yeah.
You won't know.
You won't know.
So.
But both ways, you won't fucking know.
Yeah.
What I can say is this. We managed to stay out of wars. Shit managed to not get fucked up. The Obamacare is a goddamn nightmare, and it is what it is. But he tried something, and that's what he said he was going to do during his campaign. And look, good on him. He fucking tried it, and a lot of people don't even do that. So history will be the ultimate judge of his, ending legacy, and same with Trump. We'll see what happens. If he does, half the shit he says he's going to do, I think people will be amped and he'll get reelected. So we'll see. We'll see. I think in the times that we're in, me personally, to have a businessman in office rather than open borders, we're all fucking free, everybody's love,
more appealing now.
Well, not, I mean, just to the world, just seeing what's going on in other countries such as Germany and France with the open borders. Now that they've now shut, same with Italy, that they've now shut, where it's like, oh fuck, that doesn't work and there's a problem, I think we're cutting the problem off now rather than later when you can't do anything about it. But again, we'll see if any or all or part of this happens. And all we can do is wish him the best of luck. Anybody out there who, I don't give a fuck if you didn't vote for him or not, wishing any president to fail is a disaster for our country.
Yeah.
And it's a disaster for your children, all of that. Wishing an office this big to fail is just wishing disaster upon everyone.
Yeah.
Again, I didn't vote for Obama. I wasn't amped about Obama. I wasn't amped about his policies. But he got in, and I hope for the best. Great, he's in. I hope he does shit. I hope nothing gets fucked up. Like, I didn't wish ill will of Obama, and I still don't. I hope he goes on and has a great life and is a fucking rad dude. You just shouldn't wish ill of anybody in public office, especially it doesn't pay great. And they're volunteering their time, their dedication, especially to run for president. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
We got to see it firsthand behind the rallies of how many hours and time and all of the shit that goes in. It's crazy.
Money.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So all of them across the board, dude, Bernie, Hillary, Obama. I don't wish ill will on any of them. They tried to do something that no one else did. Did they succeed? No. But I still wish them the best at whatever they continue to do. I mean, shit. The mayor seat is open in New York City. I think Hillary would be great at that.
Yeah.
Run for mayor. That's a big fucking post. New York City's a big city that needs somebody there.
Yeah.
Run for mayor. It'd be
That'd
fucking
be
awesome.
Kind of awesome.
I know. Hopefully she'll do it or consider something like that. Or Bernie, same thing. Whatever. They obviously gravitated toward a certain group of people in the United States. It's not as if people really hate them. They don't, They might not have liked them during the campaign, but that's over. And it's all right, great.
Yeah. And I think the intelligent people of the world or whatever know that you hope, yes. but the small percentage of intelligent people that think intelligently of this is a job that they had to do.
Yes.
Politics is dirty. It is what it is.
Yeah. And I'll put it this way. Having said all of what I said about voting for Trump and everything else, if I still lived in New York City, and Hillary was running for office, as long as it wasn't against Trump, I'd vote for Hillary. Great. She's got the most experience. She'd be fucking awesome at it. I'd have no problem going to the ballot and voting for her for mayor of New York or senator or whatever she's going to do. I wouldn't have that problem. Yeah. But for this in particular job at this time in our country, just wasn't down with on this occasion.
Mm-hmm. Too much craziness.
Too much craziness.
Yeah.
And it's still going on.
The only thing it sucks for her is she just ran, I think, in really horrible times, both times. Personally, I don't think it was horrible in 2008. No.
Did you think it was terrible?
No, I just think it was were we ready?
That whole housing
crash. I don't know
crash.
If we were ready.
Well, here's the thing, because I've heard that before. I've heard that before of it wasn't her time. It wasn't her time. She was running against a black guy. She was a woman. Mm-hmm. Either one of them, you're breaking history and breaking ground. Right. I thought if you would have asked me back then,
maybe she's not. I don't know.
I would have thought a woman would have won actually back then before a black man.
Yeah.
I really would have. Strictly for the fact that she was in office with Bill for 2 terms already, and then she was a senator and did all the shit. I didn't think Obama had enough experience at the time. But then not only did he win, he came in and won, and he did a decent job. He did a decent job at president. So I thought the country was ready for either or, just depending upon who got in there and why. So I don't know. And this last election, people are definitely ready. And I think if you had somebody who went out on look, she missed half of her 3/4 of her fucking rallies. She was sick or had pneumonia or whatever the fuck was wrong with her. Can't do that. You can't she was having other people show up in other states for her. In North Carolina, he or she had Bill show up for her. Obama and Michelle went out and campaigned as if they were running in fucking 2012 again. You were like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
They were everywhere.
If they had,
Jay-Z and Beyonce came out.
Yeah, they would have
Lady
been reelected.
Gaga came out. Yeah.
The way they were campaigning at the end, I was like,
boy,
are they gonna? Can we vote for them?
At the end, yeah, exactly. Oh, at the end, Obama was ripping off MLK speeches where you were just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
That was the first time I believed in Obama. I was like, God damn it, he's passionate. Where was this? Where was this passion 4 years ago against Romney? It wasn't
he started
there.
Smoking again.
Yeah, he did. He's always been smoking cools. He's been
love
smoking
it so
menthol
much.
cools.
Every
120 is out behind the White
school-
House.
Every old school picture that all of my like lefty friends are posting of him just like cool as shit, like smoking a cigarette with Michelle. Like, I fucking love it.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, I heard she hates the cigarettes. But
I'm sure.
I will say this. A buddy of mine who's in the Secret Service, because I was like, yeah, what's the lowdown on Obama? Like, trying to get dirt on him. Be like,
for
hey,
sure.
Is he
like,
is he a piece of shit?
Yeah,
What's his fucking story? And they were like,
there's no way he's like,
no. They were like, for the most part, he's a pretty good dude. They were like, he smokes a lot. And he was always going off smoking cigarettes. And I was like, really? He was smoking that much? And he was like, yeah, he was smoking that much.
God, it's either that or fucking pills or drinking, dude. Like, when you're under that much fucking stress
it was JFK
pressure.
who was getting B12 shots. Like, he was getting shot up.
Yeah, but that was after drinking all night and partying. So to get through the day, he would be 12. I don't know, but I don't think Obama's fucking partying all night.
No.
I think he just has a lot of stress, and you can do a couple of things to relieve that. You can meditate. Fuck that.
Yeah, no.
You can take pills.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
and my buddy, I asked him, I was like, yo, what was the fucking deal with Obama? Like, was he? Because I asked him, was he partying? Was he whatever? And he was like, no, his only vice was he loved hanging out with celebrities. He just wanted to be famous.
Yeah.
Which he is. He'll be famous forever.
For sure.
He'll go down as a cool fucking guy and roll with Hollywood and just live that life forever.
Yeah.
But that was his thing. Like he wasn't into,
what I would
up all night
love
or
for him to do a WTF out of office, because he did the Mark Maron show while he was in office, and I think he had to be he was just kind of presidential.
You're president.
It would
you
be
have to be,
great for him to revisit that out of office and be able to like say all the things he wants to say.
You know what my dream is? My dream is to have Trump on the show. My dream is to have Donald Trump on the show.
Yeah, that would be a great interview for you guys.
Yeah, but not ask him anything political.
For sure.
I don't want to talk about politics with him. Every interview I've heard of Donald Trump and every article I've read, nothing ever goes into his personal life. I don't know if that's by his doing or theirs, but they always want to talk about politics or something that would grab headlines. I don't, actually. I just want to find out what kind of dude he is, like on the reels.
Yeah. To be fair, I think while he's in office, judging from Maron's interviews, I think it's really hard to do
if
that,
you're going to get
man.
one sitting president to give an honest interview, it's going to be him.
You're right.
It's going to be him.
You're right.
And
Maron would never do it.
No, not a million years.
He's so pissed.
No one, by the way, no one would ever do it except for me. Like, I don't know anybody that would. That would be fair and cool to him.
Exactly.
I think there's a lot of right shows that would do it. We're not right. Yeah. Look, you can go left, you can do what's right. Or you can go right down.
We're not. We're clearly like we just look at things like
from a different perspective.
Yeah.
But I can tell you this, because if he got on a political show, they would immediately go politics across the board. Whatever he's working on, whatever. I wouldn't do that.
Ask about this, what he did that, and
nope.
Blah blah blah, and you're just like, no.
I want to know what his favorite 2 a.m. eatery is. Because there was
he's a fast food guy.
He's a fast food guy, and there's a McDonald's right down the street from the White House. And somebody remarked on it earlier. They were like, "Dude, how many fucking times do you think Trump's going to send somebody through that fucking Mickey D's?" I
love it.
So do I. So like things like that, I would love to know. Also, I think it would be entertaining and enlightening to get Ivanka on the show, actually, because I think her and her husband had more to do with his victory than the public will actually ever know. Her husband is Jared Kushner, and the rumor is, and there was a Time magazine article I read that he was the genius behind this entire campaign, and that the two of them were pushing the buttons. I'd love to chat with them and figure out what was what and why was why and all this stuff. And every time they showed up at the headquarters, it was always empty.
I'm intrigued to see what she's gonna do, because I think I mean, we'll get into it, but I think women can rest easy because he's putting her in charge of a lot of things, and I think she's in his ear.
I think, and
But
I'm
whatever.
gonna go way out on a limb here.
Okay.
I think she could run for president in 10 or 15 years.
I think she could too.
And I think she would have a great shot at it. I really, really do.
We'll see, but I think she's gonna.
Depends on how he does.
I think she's gonna be going hard for that.
It depends on how he does, but knowing that her husband is already politically established and got this, I mean, he won that ground game. He won the social media game. He won it. He did that. I think if she decided to ran and he backed her and was like, yo, let's do this, as long as Donald Trump does just moderately okay, I think she's got a real good fucking shot. Because right now, people don't like politicians. They don't trust politicians. And the more and more that American culture veers toward reality TV, you're not going to vote for the fucking hot daughter of Donald Trump. Like, that name recognition, all that shit's going to go a long way.
Right.
I truly believe that. And I also think if a Kardashian had half a brain, I think, for real, I think in 10 years, I know.
You're going down a scary
I know.
road.
But I think they could run and have a legitimate shot just because of what has happened now. People don't trust politicians. So how is a politician going to come out of this whole fucking shit and then run on the Jim Crow Bob fucking campaign? I'm going to do this and this and this.
Well,
how do you do that anymore after this?
It'll all be cyclical. It'll come to a point where there's too many reality stars and someone will say, hey, listen, we need to break up the system. We need to go back to old school.
Yes.
Yeah, and it all come around.
But when is that?
What I will say about, it's going to be a while now.
Yeah. It's going to be a while.
There may be a couple, and you're right about that. But with Ivanka, is that your kind of prediction? Because here's what I would say is I think she might be a mom. I think she might have a couple, 1 or 2 more kids.
She's got 3 kids.
No, she does.
Yeah.
3 kids already?
She's got 3 kids
so
already.
She's a mom.
Hardcore mom.
So it would be very hard for her, and I'd be interested to see what her decision.
When you're rich enough, you can have people take care of the kids.
And I don't know if women would be fucking cool with that.
Hell yeah, they would. A strong woman in power.
Not being with her kids ever. I don't think people like that.
Somebody's got to be with the kids.
I know. I'm just
Somebody
saying.
will be with the kids. And by that point,
We'll see.
those kids will be old enough that I don't think it'll matter. Also,
that's true. It'll be
2. Yeah. You got to think about that. You're looking a long ways down the road.
Yeah.
1, 2. If you look back at the Republican primary, to me, the most impressive speech given was by her. She gave the best speech.
No, I mean, I respect her for sure.
So,
and I think women really, really want a woman that they can respect. And I think people were really, really pissed that Hillary wasn't that person.
Look, I'll put it this way. Here's how I will break this down to you. Do you remember how close Palin got with McCain? Like, it was only like an 8-point difference in that election with Sarah Palin. Sarah fucking Palin.
Yeah.
Now imagine fucking 16, 20 years later with her, if her dad is president and if, they come out of this okay, like.
They'd have to come out real okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure.
Or kind of okay.
Kind of okay. Yeah.
I mean, that's where it's going.
Yeah.
Because by that point in the future, we're not going to be walking in to cast our ballots in person. Like, it's going to be online.
Yeah.
There'll be a touch system with our, fingerprint scanner, and that's going to be it. Like,
yeah.
If you're at home watching that girl on TV, grown up, and she's talking about serious shit, and all you got to do at that point is stick your finger on your fucking phone to vote for the president, boom. Ivanka Trump, the 48th president of the United States of America.
Boy.
I know.
Oh, boy. Bold statements here at the Ross Patterson Revolution.
Look, it's...
hey, that's what you're about.
Yeah.
You're about the bold statement.
It's one of those things where you can almost kind of see it coming. Like, something drastic after this is going to happen. Because, look, no one on the fucking planet predicted Trump would win.
That's true.
So now that Trump has won, what's next? How fucking crazy is it really going to get? Who is it? Who is it going to be? And I don't see any younger, sexy politicians out there who are on both sides, who are looking to mix it up and be the next cool, hot thing. For the Republicans, it was Paul Ryan. Paul Ryan's a piece of shit.
Okay.
He's a traitor. And no, I mean, he's eating his fucking shit sandwiches now that Trump is in there.
Right.
With all the shit that he talked and everything else, barely won his own reelection in Wisconsin. And he's not the guy. He's not the guy to get it done.
Right.
Then on the other hand, the other side, a lot of people are looking at Cory Booker. Cory Booker just testified against, one of Trump's cabinet members and their fucking sitch. And it was against a guy who had helped him on the lines of all of this shit, education, everything that he was fighting for. And was like, whoa, are you just flipping right now to make a speech to be famous in front of Congress and the world? Because this is what this feels like. And it was like, man, the guy had a lot going for him, and then he just kind of shit on it.
Right.
So I don't know. Like, those were the two sexiest younger candidates who were just like, these are the guys who are going to, it's like, are they? And then you have The Rock talking about running. Oh, that's real, by the way.
God.
The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock.
So, like, that's what scares me.
I know,
about
but
it.
that's
It's
what's
like
going to happen.
Ivanka, okay, like reality star, sure, but a smart fucking lady, yes, but God, it just opens the fucking doors.
I know, opens the floodgates now. Yeah, and it's like, dude, the Rock has mentioned about running in 2020. Howard Schultz, who we talked about earlier, president of Starbucks, is talking about running.
Mm-hmm.
Peter Thiel. The fucking the guy who invented PayPal, who gave Trump all his money, he's talking about running for governor of California. Like, I think this is what it's gonna be going forward. But you know what this means, Jables?
What?
Ross Patterson
Has a fucking shot.
Yeah, 2028. Ross Patterson could be on that ballot, starting a fucking revolution.
Dang.
Could be.
Dang, start it here,
We
folks.
don't know.
You were on the ground level, guys.
Yeah.
You were on the ground level.
Ground floor. Talking shit.
You were supporting him back when?
I'd have to get through his speech without swearing, but by then they'll have a robot who'll be able to reach out, touch my vocal cords every time I swear, and just dilute it. So if I wanted to say, man, you know what I think you... Fuck you.
That
would be a robot would reach out and just press my vocal cords and fuck you. And then, but people would still, they would know the point I was trying to make.
I think by then it'll be so acceptable that it'll be like your Secret Service will be all sleeved and tatted. Teachers, like,
maybe.
I think at that point, a fuck or a shit would be like, you better say it.
One would hope so. You know?
Yeah, that's the world that
That's the revolution.
Hope for.
That's the fucking revolution. And I think, last prediction, I think Al Franken will eventually run for president, by the way. I'm dead serious. He's already...
Oh, Al.
He's already, the senator from Minnesota? He's either senator or governor. I believe he's a senator.
Okay.
He's already the senator. Very, very outspoken, obviously, since Trump got into office. That is my next prediction. I think he'll make a run at Democratic nominee in 2020.
Yeah.
So I will go with Al Franken.
He is senator.
Yeah.
That's like the next step, right? It's like senator.
It is, but let's face it. He was a writer on SNL. He was Stuart Smiley.
No, I mean,
smart.
Again, the recognition, all the things,
yes.
da 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 da.
And I think he'll be next on that list.
But he's actually like a really smart guy too. And like,
he is.
Yeah,
he is. He's just very set in his ways, so to speak. And I think Republican side, I think Kurt Schilling will give this a fucking serious go. I heard he's going to run for senator of Massachusetts the next go round. I wouldn't be surprised at him. I wouldn't be surprised at more famous people with name recognition making a run at it because it'll be easier to get financing, much like making a movie.
Right.
If you have a famous person attached, you get more money. I think it's going to be the same with these elections where it's like, oh, Who is that? Oh, I know so-and-so.
Right.
I'm going to I'll support them.
Clint Eastwood wasn't so old. He would.
You know, it's funny you say that. I think Clint Eastwood, if you look it up, I believe he was mayor
Of Carmel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was that true?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he was.
He may actually still be. Let's see.
Yeah, I think he was mayor of a town.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I don't know what that requires. Like, do you have to be there every day? What does being mayor require?
Didn't you want to be?
I want to be mayor first.
You want to be mayor?
Yeah, I want to be mayor of a fucking town, but I don't know that requires yet, and I haven't checked on it.
It depends
that's something I'm not. By the way, I'm 10 years away from that, but I want to do that. I want to be a fucking mayor of something in my life.
Right.
Just to say I did it.
I think it's.
I don't want to be president.
It's purely, glad handing. It's all.
But is it an everyday job? Do you have to be there? Do you have to sit at a desk? Do people have to come in and talk to you about their fucking water bills? Like, what's the whole sitch behind it?
I don't think so, but I will look into it.
Yeah, look into that.
I think it's like you have to be present at like all kinds of events.
That's fine. I'm great at events.
But I'm not sure
Car
if you
washes,
have to be. You clearly
shrimp
don't
shacks.
have to be at an office all the time because Clint Eastwood was directing and.
Was he, or did he take the time off?
No, he was like.
How long is a? I'll tell you what. Look up how long a mayoral term is, and then how long you have to be there, and then we'll chat about it on the next show.
Okay.
But in the meantime, kids, it's that point of the show where we get to the revolutionary figure of the week. This week is actually, oh boy, I'm gonna drop it down for this one.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm gonna get serious on it. I'm gonna get real on it.
All right, we're happy.
This week is actually Mother Teresa. After the show we've had, I just think it's appropriate that the revolutionary of the week is Mother Teresa, and we should thank her for her saintly. It's not that fucking Mother Teresa. It's not that greedy bitch, Mother Teresa. It's not her.
Oh my God.
Oh, stop. Don't even be mock offended. I'm talking about Teresa, who was a mother. I'm talking about Teresa Bellissimo. She's from Buffalo. She owned a bar with her husband, Frank, at the Anchor Bay in Buffalo, New York. Several versions of this story have been circulated throughout the Bellissimo family and others. One of them was upon the announced late-night arrival of their son, Dominic, with several of his friends from college. Teresa needed a fast and easy snack to present her guests. It was then that she came up with the idea of deep-frying chicken wings that were, typically normally like thrown away or reserved for stock, and then toss them in the cayenne pepper or hot sauce right into a deep fryer. Look, she said that to her friends who were drinking at the bar, they needed something to snack on. They needed a food. Mother Teresa was cooking these wings from buffalo, these wild buffalo wings that were servicing the people, that were keeping people from starving, that were keeping people off the streets, that were fucking saving lives.
Okay. Did she invent buffalo wings?
She might have invented buffalo wings.
Wow.
She might have.
Huh?
Some say.
Wow. That's huge.
Huge. I don't know. I don't know if there's any truth to that. Look, kids, I do a lot of my research on Wikipedia, on a fucking iPhone 3. So I could be wrong because I don't get to read a lot of the text. A lot of it gets cut off. Also have dial-up service. So I could be late on that story. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could have updated that Wikipedia. I don't know. I do not know. Neither of those stories are true, but the Mother Teresa one is true. So Teresa Bellissimo, you are the revolutionary figure of the week, and for that we salute you. Every Saturday and or Sunday, I dip one of your delicious wings into a full tub of blue cheese, and I help myself to your magical goodness.
And we kiss up to the sky.
Yeah, I kiss the wing. I kiss the wing.
You do love a
kiss a
quick
wing.
little peck
Yep.
of the wing first.
I kiss a wing. I kiss a wing towards the sky before I begin eating. I do.
For the late great. I mean, she's still alive, but she's late lot of the time.
Is she alive?
Yeah. She's alive, but like she's late.
Yeah. Well, whatever she is. I still kiss a wing in her honor, and I raise it towards the sky, and I let the wing gods know I'm appreciative for the bone that's about to go inside my mouth right now.
And for 1 second, we think it might fly away.
Yeah.
Just for a split second.
Never
right?
does.
Just for a split second.
Never does. But to you, Mother Teresa, I love you. I love your work. Huge fan. Some might say a huge fan in honor of Donald Trump. Look, kids, this was a fun episode. We got a new president. Let's wish him well. Let's not wish for him to fail. Hopefully the country goes in the right direction. Hopefully all of our stock portfolios go through the fucking roof. For the Jablers, for Jesse Wiseman, and Mr. Ross Patterson, this is the revolution. And at no point in our country's history has a bigger revolution happened than now than Mr. Donald John Trump taking office. Good night, everyone. I love you.